Why you hide over here? Why you hide for, bro? Oh my god. The Great Attorney.
Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Harvey Specter.
Me, motherfucker. I'm the Great Ace Attorney.
I do bird stuff. I do bird law?
I do bird law.
So I just wiped 2 teams, right?
Sweet.
One team was with a beer bottle.
Huh.
I went
Nice.
full on Stella on their ass.
I love this.
Long story short, they all had shotguns. I didn't have a shotgun. I thought, fuck it, I'm last man alive. We'll see what happens. Ran in there with the bottle knife, stabbed all 3 of them.
Oof.
So 1, 2, and then 3.
And you didn't clip that shit? God damn.
I didn't clip it.
Such.
And then immediately afterwards, we ran into another team. I domed the first guy. I don't know if I got the second guy, to be honest. I might not have killed the second guy.
Fair.
And then the third guy ran away. So my teammates set fire to the first and second guy. Fuck's sake, it's the 4th time I've been set fire to.
Oh,
So yeah,
jeez.
they set fire to them. And then I waited by the body because I thought they're going to come back.
Yeah.
What did they do? They came back. So I got myself 2 free kills.
Fairs.
I'm pretty sure I'm on 6, maybe 7 kills. The bleeds, bro. The bleeds are so long. Free dynamite.
It's okay. I'm gonna be doing law stream in a second.
No worries. What a great law you are.
Oh, Isla Evelyn. Thank you for the follow. Dab. Thank you ever so much, buddy. Oh, it's time. Hello, hello. It's going. Right. We are doing the Great Ace Attorney as a thing now. So, let me just find the game quickly. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Yes, that's fine.
Leave you to it, my dude.
Alrighty, mate. Catch you soon. Hold on. We're starting soon. Okay. Right. Let me just quickly do some changes. Gameplay is fine. Language, audio. I need visual. Resolution. Awesome. I'm now gonna be this character. 10 minutes the last episode of The Last of Us and Big Feel Sad. Do you want me to wait 10 minutes? I can wait 10 minutes if you like. Let me just sort out the audio quickly. That one. Sweet. Here we go. Right, awesome. Right. Let's start with this adventure. New game. So yeah, I haven't played this game before, but I'm playing through it now. Pause! G! Fucking... What? Is the audio coming through? No audio. It's just not there. Ah! What 5? What 4? There we go, much better. Right, let's fix this. Steam. Right, let's try this again. Pro streamer. 100%. No, I don't want this. Just play this. Oh, fuck. Turn that off for now. That works. So then why doesn't that work? Give me a second. Looks like it's going to be one of these. Right, how's that audio? Better? Can you hear the game? Do a thing. Cool. I'm just going to quickly restart this. Let me hard end that task. Alright, first stream banana. Let's go. I mean, you can still hear. I imagine you can still hear me, right? Cool. Awesome. Right, audio. Let's... How do I turn it down? Ah, I cannot. That's fine. I'm just gonna turn it down manually for now. Okay, that hasn't dropped too much for you guys. Righty tighty. That should be good for audio. Sweet! Right. Selected adventure. New game. Let's go.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide. But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
Me! Is that me? Am I? Is that who? Is that me? Episode 1. Bienvenue à la carnival. 22nd of November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Defendantus Ante Chamber 5. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors of this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan waiting to decide my fate? Ah! What? Oh no, nothing. Save your glaze, murderer. You fucking what, ho? Sorry. My name is Ransuki Naruno. My name is Ryansuke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough! It's enough! Fucking, hold on, give me a second. He is not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? Who are you? I am this man's lawyer. I will be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes. And until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you hold your tongue. Tusk. Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. And yet, I still seem to know better than you. Better than you, High Court officer should behave. What, Ryansuke? Oh yes, of course. Oh yes, of course. Sorry. Question. What are you apologizing to me for? I'm gonna stop at the funny voices. Oh, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazumi, I've never meant to drag you into this. I am sorry. Oui. They are again apologizing. Just like always. Ah! Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. You're my university professor murdered in cold blood by a student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? No! Of course not. You have to believe me, I didn't do it. This is a lot of reading. I could never murder someone. light bulb sound effect. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean? I believe you. Keck W. I know you're innocent. Ryanusuke. I didn't realize how much reading that would be. Kazuma Asogi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yumai University. But he's far more clever than I am. A star student, in fact. Yeah, but where's the ace detective? He's even a qualified lawyer, like me. Fuck! That was too quick! Stop! Go back! Go back! It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old, here in Japan anyway. My qualifications don't mean much. Yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago, but I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma, truly. 3 days ago. Yes. That's when all this started. Oh, he's happy. Congratulations, Kazuma. Oh, fucking going back in time. Great. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. Yay! I know! I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself into the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you. I'm proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. Is this the one with the hair? He's a living legend. It's like, why is there flashing on occasion? This feels silly. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura bellowing around his temple. Like, head temple? Or like a place? I want to bring about change in our own legal systems. We're going to take a brief break while I get myself a whiskey, because Jesus Christ, this guy's a chatty cunt. Bum bum da 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 da. You guys following along with the story yet? I want to bring a change to our own legal system. Wow. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. Cool. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Seems pretty good so far. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. It's a fucking McDonald's. Ah! See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Is this a gay love story? It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Question mark. Asogi, may I have a word? Asogi. Ah, kek. When did they get here? Why did the lady disappear? Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asogi. Oh, Asogi. We should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in his trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at the university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Why is it like higher thingy dots? Alright then, Ryunosuke. I mean, listen. They're allowed to do that in bird law. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. Kazuma? That's a great name. Ryunosuke ellipses. Like, we don't need this many. Just give us 3. Bird law. Dot 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 dot. Yeah, it is. Just do 3 dots. Look, you did it there. Hold on. You've done an ellipses there, but you've done like 8 dots there. For why? Oh, he's got a pom-pom. Pom-pom! If I may. Yes, sorry. What the fuck? This is like... You must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Why is there flashing? Nothing's fucking happening. They're having a chat. My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Awesome. Kazuma. Sogi told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. I mean, like, I feel like you should know. I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial... Pom-pom. I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? Ah, as I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. I mean, fair-based. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered. But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large sort of applications to overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favourable of circumstances. I don't believe it. ... But I didn't do it. I swear it. I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities. Ah, stop! Stop! Can someone say that for me? Tom, get back. Tom. 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 Where's Tom? Tom. I can't say that word. Hold on. Hold on.
Peculiarities.
Is that a word?
Peculiarities.
Peculiarities.
That's not a word. Sorry, what do you mean? I'm gonna have to move stuff around. Peculiarities. That's not how odd things about the case. Thank you, Stitch. Sorry, what do you mean? You soon understand. Once proceedings get underway. Exclamation mark. But what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. I mean, sure, right? So, as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question, very important word, question, to the defendant. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do! It seems cursed as fuck. I do? But what will the question be? Yeah, that's a weird... What? That's stupid. You're a big dumb. That doesn't make any sense, though. Also, Isla has asked me to send money via Cash App. Sweet. Yes, I did. But what will the question be? Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Pom-pom. Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. Okay. Ah, it would seem our
Surreptitious.
Our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as a defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Not really. Get moving. But like, I don't know if I'm just getting scammed, Stitch. I can't tell. Because it was a random person on the internet. Aha! Sweet. Hold on. Sweet. Right, how do I just need to send you money, right? Give me a second, guys. We're gonna take a brief break from the heavy to just quickly do a thing with Cash App, because I'm downloading Cash App or something, I don't know. Cash App. Search. That was incorrect. Cash App, get. Alright. Get moving! There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. That's just fucking rude. This is it. If it was someone I knew, then surely Cash App works, but from a business model, it's true based. The trial goes badly. Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over, and what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. Yikes. Have a look at this. But like, that's not... Right, okay. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. I didn't remember. But my one and only chance of being made is that the trial will decide my destiny! Dum dum ba 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 dum bum. 22nd of November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. Judicature. Is that how I say it? Judicature.
Judicature.
It is! I did it right! So this is a courtroom? What? Boom! The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. Murderer. I don't much like the look of these people sitting in the public gallery. Neither do I. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. True based. The powers that have been demanded that this be a secret trial. Bub. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. Ding. What? But why? It'll become clear in time. But for now, you need to concentrate, Ryan-Saki. It's about to begin. The court will now hear the trial of Ryan-Suki Naruhodo. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. Ouchie. As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request to request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to the trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? I say I do. Ellipses, ellipses, 2 dots. I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Answer I do.
Yes!
Yes! What? I mean, I don't want you to get me off. Very well. Sorry, I was reading. The reading is annoying. The court hereby recognizes the defendant decides to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, does the accused admit defeat already, renouncing his own counsel? Really? Objection! Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so? Naruhodo-san! Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. Ah, jeez. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. Great. I realize you're in charge now, but still. Try not to look so bewildered, Keck. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature in Japan. According to the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. Ellipses. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the tasks you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Oh, yes! Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Yep. You know me so well. John H. Wilson, 47. Ah, you'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the People's section of the court record, then press R to present right now. Then R to present. Yes! Cool. Haha. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to my university 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why the case has such profound implications. Drink. Thank you, Isla. Did he respond to my message? The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And most of you will be aware we've just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. Despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yuma University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? Ugh. I didn't do it. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting... 1 second, guys. Am I playing chicken here? Hold on, give me a second. Not a lot. I'm defending myself. I'm also dealing with stuff. It's your business website. Whatever assistance is handling our website, you get in touch with him on a call if you like. Hold on. Just keep spamming stuff. It's fine though. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policy makers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. This is also true, so that's why this trial has its unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly, our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Supposedly. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire? Wow, it's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. Uh-huh, same. I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this Professor of Medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. The cause of death. Well, obviously, if they... Cool. Burp. See, a magic trick. It's this. Followed by this. Followed by this. Ta-da! Easy peasy. Ryanosuke! Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death. And select present. Do it now. Oh, present. Not present. Jesus. Yes! Yes! Well... According to this document, the victim suffered a... Ugh, that word's weird. Fucking... God damn it, person that doesn't exist.
Hemorrhagic.
Hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. Ah. Learn to read, you imbecile! That's the post-mortem report, I'll take it. I take it. Sorry, yes, that's right. The, post-mortem report. I know that one. After they die, you write a book about them. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see! As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. It's a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Ah. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into record. It shows the victim was shot from fire and someone died. Cool. So that's a photographic print. Well, here's something I've never seen before. Yeah, same. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. Ugh. This is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind, homie. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikatoba? Yeah, no shit, motherfucker. Clearly you're the defense lawyer today. Not me, but that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. I was supposed to come with you, so... Oh! Of course! Oh, of course! When I was speaking with you before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. But am I the great detective? Lawyer? The great ace attorney? He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? True, based? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Kazuma! Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold. Ha-ha! Bitch! Get called out. Oh. Is that a butler? Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. They're a butler. My name is Satoru Hozunaga. I am the head waiter. Oh, head waiter at Western Star restaurant called La Carnivale. Cough, cough. Why the what? Yeah, what? Have some, It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. It should. What the fuck, bro? As everyone knows, the Captain Southeastern Quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, and
Occidental.
Occidental Eatery 3 days ago. What does that mean? Oh, that's a cool word. So Occidental means relating to countries of the West and a native or inhabitant of the West. That's a cool word. Understood, Hosonaga-san. You will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. Yeah, that's what it means. Occidental is such a cool word. Once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Interjection! Oh, I'm perspiring maybe, but aspiring? Fucking wordplay. It was just after 2 PM. On the day in question, we have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. Oh. Yeah. Cough's blood, because PogChamp, I guess. It was when I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. Sent you a recommendation. Ooh. I am 100%. How do I... Thank you. I will 100% use that. Ah! A gunshot rang out, so I hurried along the dining area to see what happened. Let's do this like this now, actually. Wait. Help me. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried down the Hold on. I have to do a thing to help someone. Ah! I need to fix that page one day. Hi, this is me. I am a person doing stuff and things. Where's Windy at? Apparently I'm a message boy now. That's always fun. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what happened. There was a... You've seen the fucking photo, mate! Vasterflassen! You have a what? I have a what? I don't know. I'm not quite certain of the words. But I'm becoming a whipping boy now. Apparently. Or a message boy. Sure. That's my slumped in the chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Yes! No! Wait, what? Why does it just go, yes? Fuck off. Let me just clarify something here. Well, I did pick up a gun I found lying on the floor beside the professor. I didn't shoot him. So fucking stupid. What? Never pick up a gun. Always kick a gun.
Attention!
Objection! I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. Cunt. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you'll be penalized. What does penalized mean? What is penalized? I have to remember everything they said. For now, we must quietly listen to the witness. Bet. Ugh. Ouchie. If I may confirm, 1 point waiter standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in the courtroom today. In court today. Penalized consequence. Yeah, but like, what does that mean in a courtroom? Like, if you interrupt, they're just gonna fuck you up. What? Yes, without question. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? Wipes blood again. No, there was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. It's eject!
Yes! Objection!
With your blatant disregard to court proceedings, I'm between us wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this Miss student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm not sure. But I'm sure of what I saw. Hosonaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy. No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. I should have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. I don't know! He keeps coughing up blood. And is just like, meh. I'm good. And then just fucks off. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation, true. Like, yeah. He's been poisoned and has said, say this or we won't give you the antidote. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well, is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. I don't know. Pretty stinky. What was that about? What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. Is he just coughing? So, hold on. The court has now heard a... Ah!
Praise C.
Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant.
Praise C.
Subject or aspect of textual speech. Summary. When the gunshot was taken, the only person in close proximity to the victim... The only person at close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. ... Exclamation mark. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. There must be. Hold on. Let's have a fucking look at this. How do I look at it closer? Yes, Your Excellency. Sorry, I was just reading. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you might have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case in the court, but I must warn the defense if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. But how were there witnesses? What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. I'm going to be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence. Peculiarities. Peculiarities. You've said it. Professor Mikatoba said it, and so the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. Lots of darts. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? The accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet. Ryunosuke. Why did you whack the table? Invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Damn, now we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Dramatic effect. Wax table. Fuck! Ow! Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's so stupid. Whack myself in the hand. Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchie, please continue with proceedings. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. What the fuck? Like, that has nothing to do with anything. Ugh. In a few short moments from now... that drum-stuck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever! Laughs an old person. Sussy whore. The prosecution calls its next witness. Very well, officer. Bring forth the witness at once. Very well, officer! Bring forth the next witness at once! That's autoplay. Oh. An old guy and a slightly less old guy. Witnesses! Kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir! The Great Nippon Imperial Army is and is reporting for duty. Myself, I find employees a purveyor of fine articles antiquity from effervescence of our nation Nippon, and conduct my trade for the Rustlers to a humble premise in the 2nd District, Kyoku Koyokuta, at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier? What an unusual pairing. Pause for a second, I'm so confused. So what we play. Both of these gentlemen, thank you for the thing, Stitch. Thank you for the thing. Most of you gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diners at the other tables that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon, and not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the cures, which I make my business. I can't understand a word that old man's saying. He takes his tea past noon. Noon is like 3 o'clock, right? We were there at 2 p.m. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that surgeon looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now, you both witnessed a precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Why does everyone keep hitting stuff? Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniform rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearms, sir. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. Fair. More dramatic effect, just whack stuff. If you bunch up your fist hard enough, you can whack harder. Shit sucks though. Last thing he said. So this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. It's not really decisive, it's just people talking shit. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes! Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Fair. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir. Unsavory memories of the most The fuck? This motherfucker talking fucking riddles, cunt.
Acerbic.
Acerbic. The fuck does that mean? That's what I'm thinking. Sharp and forthright. Or the old word, which is tasting sour or bitter. But damn, Stitch, you clever as fuck. The most academic afternoon. Witness testimony. What the witnesses saw. True. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak. At the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio at the military. To the military gentleman. I was explaining what was cool about a gold thing. The fuck is a curio? Why did a baby cry? I just heard a baby cry. Rare, unusual, or intriguing object is a curio. At the precise moment, a firearm was discharged. Black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the Englishman civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Well, that's just wrong. The bullet didn't pass through. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysterious absconded precious curio, so he dropped his gold thingy, McGubbins. Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant... Hold up. That's the front. If I'd have hit it from the back, the entire restaurant would have known. Saw the victim. No, he didn't. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. Why is there a baby crying? So weird. Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ. What times we live in where an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Doesn't matter. Is that really true? In a courtroom! Just like, just fucking stab a cunt. You know, it's fine. Just stab a cunt. All I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant when I noticed an English maid gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang. Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue to who the criminal was. There is. Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Yeah, just like fucking about to stab a cunt with his fucking knife. Do it now. As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in these testimony and these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly. The testimony of the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. Yes! No. 8 dots. What is the name? And the name of this courtroom be dumb. It do be a bit dumb. What is the name of the emperor? Is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demands the right to a cross-examination. Dear me, let me guess. The Hashimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How did you know? This is a great courtroom. The prosecution objects. This is clear This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? Objection! Suck a dick! The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. It's a right! Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Ugh. You like that? Yeah. Ugh. Ooh. Kazuma is so commanding, Daddy. What? Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witness. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, right, Inosuke? But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Oh, but I don't even know what I'm supposed to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witness's statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means the soldier said it has to be a lie. But yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key proving and doing it is evidence. Right. Evidence. All you do is that's some decisive and indisputable evidence to prove the witness is lying. Objection! Let's go right to suit 8. Don't let them beat you. Right then. It's all or nothing. Fucking soggy cunt. Cross-examination. What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at a restaurant while having tactical discussion with old man. Nothing else around the witness courtroom. True.
Yes!
Dramatic anime effect. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes, there's a clear inconsistency here. Tusk. What nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just don't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt your excellency that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. Arr, this is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. Spill it out would be an insult to the court. Kazuma, what? You guys are dumb. And I'm not gonna tell you why. Fucking... You guys are stupid. Look at my headband. Thank you, Stitch, for pointing out. Look at my headband flowing in the wind. Sash flaps in imaginary... What? It's apparent from a single glance at the photograph presented by the evidence. Sorry, it's apparent from a single glance at the photograph presented by evidence. There's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. Sergeant in East Noser. Yes, sir. Officer. Oh, yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet. I keep saying candidate. Cadet fired on the English civilian. And from the back, the cowardly little whistle. Yes, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military guys. So yes! But yes isn't a fucking military word, or fucking yo, military guide need to be checked. Sir. He's out. And why not? Because fucking use your words, cunt. Because take a close look at the print. No! You hold it from over, like, a mile away. It's fucking fine. You can read that shit from over there. The victim, Dr. Wilson, was eating steak. Oh. Ah! Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? Oh, that was the random crying baby! I knew there was a fucking random crying baby. What the fuck? What? What? Was it just a baby? Why is there a baby on his back? And certainly there is a clear discrepancy with the facts. So why is there a baby? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Man said I was... There's a fucking baby! Look at that little shit! Just little tickle in his head. Just little tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle the baby head. Firmly fixed on the delicious La Caravelle sticks, sir. What? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Ayesenosa, did not see defendant firing a gun at all. Ugh, that's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. This has been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. Just fucking fluttering. It's just fucking fluttering. Why was there a baby? Don't look at it. You're not allowed. Because there's a baby. Baby very important. This is the real discrepancy in the courtroom. Alright. That doesn't make that flutter at all. There is no fluttering. The fuck? Can you hear it now? Fucking hell, my hair's bad. It's getting weird as fuck. Who even needs a hairline? There we go. Am I cool now? I'll do it proper. I need to change my hair. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. But I definitely... Why is there a baby? Oh, God. Sorry, but that's a pretty big inconsistency in the courtroom. But I definitely saw him. Why is there a... That's what the strap's for! Childcare's expensive, okay? Listen, I respect this dude. This dude was like, listen, I gotta look after me nephew. I'm vibing out here. Let me just bring him to trial with me. But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Yes!
Yes! But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? 8 dots. Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Earning that money. God damn. Too busy on the floor. Hunting for treasure! What? Why are your ears jiggling? What the fuck is this game? Treasure? Indeed! My prized coin! On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habit to place my particular trinket of interest. Oh, did my stream crash out? What the fuck? It is my habitude. That's not a fucking word. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck is a habitude? The fuck is a habitude? This motherfucker making up words. Old people, Jesus. Habitude.
Habitude.
The fuck is that word? Is that a real word? It does. Oh, like contextually, sure. But that's not a word. Habitude. But it is a word, though. Apparently it's based in French. Habitude. It's also an 8-letter. Which is pretty cool. IMO. In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you? On the day under scrutiny, it was the military man that I preferred my Hawaii treasure. That was racist. I apologize. Believe that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not. Alright, Yoda. Look at these fucking jiggly ears. Them eyebrows, bro. I like the hat as well. That's gonna be me one day. I'm gonna look exactly like that. His glasses are broken. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished. This motherfucker just go woo! Jesus. Simply vanished. The caban vanished. Hunting around under the table I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there. And then it happened. What the fuck? This guy keeps saying words I'm pretty sure aren't real words. Mayhap. That's a made up with it. And then it happened. What happened? Oh. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for it took certainly to find my absconded holy treasure. Nothing could distract me. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? 8 ellipses. No! I see. Man's was a no. Oh. That's fine. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoikaban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prized coin for himself. This guy keeps on fucking do it again. What the fuck is that? As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony to the court has just heard was inconclusive, no matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict to the final trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie? Haha! Worry not your accuracy, the defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but you will find a wolf at the back. Ding. My witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain. But hearing their statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryanosuke Naruhodo. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Ugh. Very well, the court invites the witness to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? As clear as the Kiriko glass, Your Excellency. Kiriko. Hog. Yes, sir! The baby. The baby, yes, sir! Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signals. Is it basically... Yeah, that baby's fucking vibing. I would one day like to be that baby. That's my dream, and I aspire to be that baby. This guy's fucking... That's why... So you know how, like, when you're holding a baby and you kind of rock it? This guy... can't obviously rock his back because then he'd be shaking his booty and that'd look weird as fucking court. So he's actually doing this to like rock the baby to like try and keep it going to sleep. That's actually really cute. That's so cute. That's Big Daddy energy. That's so cute. That's awesome. Excuse me. But there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. It's a baby! Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, surname Ido. I would quite like to be Ido one day. That'd be awesome. Oh, shit, those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Alright, mate. Childcare isn't fucking cheap, you know. Fuck me. Ido, attention! That's so cute. That's fucking awesome. Baby, like, aww. The true culprit. True. That's so sweet. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the fire was discharged, it's almost the same thing. But it's also a fucking lie, mate. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Go change your nappy. Nothing wrong with that. As pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in black. That much I myself did see. You can't see shit. You don't open. Yeah, I'm not ending that sentence. Furthermore, a visual search at a premise at a time confirmed that there was only one personnel present. Indeed, alone he was. The Englishman dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over there.
Yes!
Don't shout yes at me? Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. There was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone must have seen her.
Objection!
Objection! If you call yourself a lawyer, then you'll respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. You're not here to listen to your fantasies. Fantasies. Ugh. It's evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. Is this a photograph printed of the scene of the crime? Counsel? Indeed, of course, the table at which the victim was dining, taken out of the investigator immediately after the incident. As plainly as can be seen, there's only one place set. Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conduct that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. Ugh. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. See if this is the court records. Cool. But why the I don't understand. What's going on here? Nobody else saw that woman. Hold up. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimony has just been heard, leaving no further room for doubt. These are very sensitive political times, we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takashi Akai, to our amenity, these great British empires, two great empires is an honor. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryanosuke! It's not over yet! What? If what you say is true, there's something going on here behind the scenes. Fucking... Right there! Why has he just gone? Yeah, bitch. Stab them all. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick. Understood? Got it. Rules can be so unbending at times. Ugh. What's this charge? It's always the same thing. Got you. Yes, pointing a gun at the foreign man. If he was that young, I did myself see. Furthermore, a visual search the notice at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Oh, what's the matter? No, 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 no! Listen, the first thing to do is calm down. You can't expect witness statements to be full of holes every time. So just take your time and try to tease more information out of them first. What do you mean? You can choose either to press or present against each of the witness statements. The witness is saying something suspicious about press him on it with Q. With a little luck, you may get more details, which could prove to be crucial. Right, I see. The important point is, there's no sense in holding back. If anything, you've been slightly jazzed, you press the witness on it, and press them hard. Alright, got it. I'll press them like outlet blocks of tofu. The professor wasn't alone in the restaurant, I'm sure of it. Yeah, the question is to prove that I'm right. It's time to press them for what they're worth. Our fate depends on it.
Yes! Attention!
Callous in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. Arr! Funny there'd been more people dying there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 PM when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know, of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was. What is that, Counsel? It's a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior visiting the restaurant. Ah. Hoto Clinic, yes. That would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 PM. The very day of the incident. So the victim went for a late lunch following an appointment. The explanation can be more simple. Prosecution found known, Phoenix with the service before, as it really had no bearing on the case. I wonder. What do you think, Ryanosuke? Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for the tools to submit report card to be submitted or not? Ask for it to be submitted.
Yes!
Yes! If I may, I'd like to ask that the report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? Court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous, not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival to the restaurants are of no concern. Objection, yeah. Heads table. Whether or not the of concern, it's up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report cards to the court record. Victim's medical report card and to the court record. Cool. What we need right now is new clues. Let's have a look at it. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but the day after the festival is already... it's the day after the festival already for you. Oh, so he's saying you fucked. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witnesses' testimonies leave no room for doubt. Dining all by himself.
Yes!
So, you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. That I did. Forgive me for the position I place you in. So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget, the uncontestable evidence we have support the statements as well. As completely be seen, there is only a single beefsteak on the victim's table. A meal for one. No! The antique dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not possible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence, so perhaps we should examine it a little bit more detail. How exactly? You notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine for space, and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Use the... Oh, okay. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles by using WASD. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press space to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Ah, right. Let's see what I can do. I need to use WSD and space to inspect various evidence that looks suspicious. Okay, so... Alright. back. Okay, so... How do I rotate it? Anything that looks suspicious. Right, thanks, game. My life. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection right in my arm. Brr, I'd never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people just give their right arm to have only one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is the clinic where they treat for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so, just before the incident. He had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. But it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure, until anesthesia effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. The medical report card's information has been updated in the court records. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. Heck yeah, brother. Even if what I said wasn't precisely true, it was almost the same thing. Yes, pointing at his gun was for a man, he was the young man in black, so you could see.
Yes! Objection!
Trying to work it out.
Yes!
Everyone stumbles on the words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I can see quite clearly that it was cross-examination you just carried out. And you raise your hand straight up like that, purposefully. You know exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright, and thanks for the advice. Korakuta-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim. Ah, I see, and I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. Something clearly doesn't add up. Dear me, have you forgotten my word so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? He had it done right before, so he couldn't have been eating. He had it done that day. Interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel, but let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 PM in the afternoon. The victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. Grr, but that's, remember, Ryosuke, you don't have to use the clever language or fancy words, just make your point. I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has, well, I'm taking this as the procedure was done at 12 PM and he was rushed at 2 PM. Like, the procedure was done at 1. It was 1 and thereafter. So he shouldn't have been eating anything. Nope. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil that could possibly have perpetrated the crime. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that? What? That outburst half petrified me, boy! Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hota Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while the anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't. Korakuta-san. What, boy? What? As you just heard, when he was killed, sometime shortly after 2 PM, the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Grrr. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Expertly done! Expertly done, partner! Fuck yeah! Objection! What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at the photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Objection!
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about, or can't you follow the logic? How dare you! I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant's case have turned. Fails at parkour. Wouldn't you agree, Ryanosuke? Yes! My, how the turns have tabled. Haha, bitch! We got you now, you whores! Yes, most definitely! Okay, this game's kind of pog-jam. So, having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beefsteak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I would love the KFC dating sim. I probably would. I assume you're ready, Council? Council? Oh! That means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is gonna be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you've made of. Right, Stitch. He's fucking got his katana half fucking drawn. Right? The lights are gonna go off for like a split second. And he's gonna shing, and then the fucking other cunt is gonna explode with blood. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, yeah, the old man was just like, fucking, must have been me. Old man be like, why is it a knife? It's my toe knife. It was me. I was eating the steak. Obviously, can only be someone else who was sitting at the boss's table. Objection! You will not let it go, will you? There was no such person. Yes! There was! Because I saw her! You deafy cunt! When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything, yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. Ugh. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. Dramatic effect. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial. Relentlessly. Kazuma? Are you insane? You would take on the government? Don't worry, Council. I have no issue with you. Holds katana menacingly. Yeah. Fucking do it again, you little cunt. What do you mean? I have issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand. Ah! What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone, so if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you'll be charged with perjury. It was a baby! Motherfucker be like, yes sir! Yes sir! Yes, sir. It was the baby. Perjury. And since this is a murder trial, you'll also be deemed complicit with the killing. Complicit? Murder? No! No! Hold it! I have a fan, bitch. Motherfucker be like, fans, bitch. There was no intent. There's no mention at this tactical meeting. At the tactical meeting, I was just following orders. That's right. This is what man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Oh. What? What did you just say, Karakuto-san? Commits earthquake. No. Oh, no. You were just following Orders? Now hold on, lads. I was say you never saw the gentlewoman. You said gentlewoman. Do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What? Objection! What is the meaning of this? These witnesses gave false statements. Is that true, you pair? Gasp. Just one simple slip of the tongue. There's the baby. Order, counsel, explain what's going on here. It's painfully clear now. You try to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Well, it's classified. Oh, babies just be like, yes, sir. So you're prepared to try as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't, baby. Do be like, goddamn, this gotta be happening. Ryanosuke. Judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. Children are dicks. Like, I'm sure your kids are great, but children are dicks. However, I don't believe Ouchie had any idea about it. What are you saying? Adorable little dicks. Nice cock. What are you saying? I mean, to build that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut? Of course, we need evidence before making any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever really did it wielded his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly... Remember we made progress before we examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please, wait, Your Excellency, I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god, I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about this? Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes into my head. Don't do that, you dippy cunt. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulations. The only person. I feel like it's you.
Yes!
There. What do you make of that? Think, Counselor. You might have closed your ears as well as your eyes. Otherwise, the sighs of disappointment in the courtroom may very well deafen you. Ah. Close your eyes in a crisis. My I suggest you keep your mouth shut next time too. Otherwise, I may have to use the influence I have in this courtroom to shut it. Permanently. Alright, don't get angry. Shit. Think again. There might be some pieces of evidence I haven't thoroughly examined yet. Okay, so E, bro. Let me just to do the evidence. Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. Just gonna have to go. Oh, who is it? It's not letting me look at the data.
Yes!
Right, let me go to the goddamn court record, right? This is stupid. Right, examine. Okay, Z, back. Wait, back of the card, that's Hosagura. Like, I didn't... What? It is the waiter. fact, the head waiter could not even possibly have that level of influence. But truly were a waiter. He's not a waiter. Well, if he truly were. Come on, Ryonosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosaga's real identity proven by this evidence. This one.
Yes!
The plan for the restaurant was sketched by a person. I agree to detail such a detail, but I'm not sure how we can conclude anything. Sorry, I can see that's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes. It's the front of the back of the card! That's what the telling detail is. 8 exclamation points. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosage-san sketches plain restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession. The way his profession, but that's surely... Good gracious. That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, almost absolute power, as far as evidence goes. So, witnesses there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Huh? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Hold it! Inspector Hosonaga? How did no one know who this dude is? I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court office at once. Of course. Here you are. The liar. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked me to hand over the business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. No one needed the fucking sketch, bro. So you mean to say you really are a detective? Well, yeah, and a good one at that. But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course. I know, right? I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? Can't say. That would be classified police information, which I'm not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this cases of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga. But you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. You just heard new information from the 2 witnesses besides you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this one, therefore I'm led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. As I suspected. Bang. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once? It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But this Englishwoman was the killer. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Am I still up? Still up. I know, right? He's like, oh, I'm a policeman, it's fine. But what if the Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. Sweet. One second. One second. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect. Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the phantom woman in the case. But it's not right. Well, it is though. I mean, that's pretty good. That's a good price. Don't know about Dying Light 2. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yumi University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. I'm fairly certain that one of them studying in the medical facilities research laboratory is a young Englishwoman. What? You're shrewd, man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean, when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. The Englishwoman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett. Okay. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yuma University's medical facility. What? What is happening here? What is happening here? What the fuck? I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of the lady's presence at the scene, and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with the situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise, namely that the victim was dining alone. However, as we now have discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point. Objection! Police are clearly interfering with the investigation. Yeah, they fucking are. But Your Excellency, that would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any others to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes, sir. You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you're going to go against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly, so it won't be a problem. Cough, 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 cough. Nothing will get in my way. Coughs again. He's doing it, innit? Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes? Your Excellency! Good, then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. God damn. To be continued. To be continued indeed. Giselle Brett. I'll save my car in progress. Giselle Brett. I think Mans is gonna call it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm gonna call it there. It's a good spot to end it on. But you better remember for next time. Giselle Brett. Dot 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 dot. But yeah. I mean, it's definitely a story. It's certainly happening, isn't it? Let's end on some music. I know, right? It's cool, isn't it? Yeah. I enjoyed. Proceeds to forget everything that happened. I mean, so am I. But that was fun, though. I hope you really enjoyed the evening. I did as well. It's an interesting game. I kind of want to know what happens next. I'll do a recap next time. But in the meantime, enjoy your evening. And I will catch you again on Sunday. Or Saturday, depending. But yeah. Catch you in a bit. Survive, thrive, prosper. And I will see you again soon. Auf Wiedersehen.